First time in my life tasting black hummus made with black tahini. Let's see how this tastes. Whoa! It is very difficult to put into words how much I love hummus. I can literally eat it every single day and never ever get bored. And I know I'm not alone with this because the hummus video on my channel is one of my most watched pieces ever. But actually there is one element of making hummus that I haven't yet experimented with, and I believe it might be a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
I consider myself really lucky because very close to my studio there's this small but extremely vibrant little Lebanese quarter. Some people call it Little Beirut, and unsurprisingly they have amazing Lebanese food. Like this is what you get for only €5, and it's my absolute favorite weekday lunch. Oh, it's some strong tea, but I made that myself, so check this out. This is heaven. Perfectly smooth hummus topped with whole chickpeas, fresh little complimentary salad, and of course, super fresh, locally baked pita bread. And now please enjoy a pro eating hummus. You could use a little bit of pita bread, dip it into the hummus, and eat it. It's good. But you know what's better? You grab a piece of this raw onion, and then you take a scoop of hummus like that. I've been waiting for this. Damn you, hummus, you're too good. One of the beauties of great hummus is that it's such a minimalist food. It's just chickpeas, a bit of lemon, a bit of salt, maybe a little bit of garlic, and most importantly, tahini. That sesame paste is really what defines an entire plate of hummus. Now, when I make hummus at home, I always get the tahini from the store, which is totally fine, I think. But recently I started wondering, what if I made the tahini myself? And that led me down a rabbit hole, and I discovered two completely unknown varieties of tahini that I have never ever tasted before. The regular kind is usually referred to as white tahini, but there is also red tahini and black tahini. And that's not just black sesame seeds, it's much more than that. So I really think we should go and try these. I'm gonna finish this and then we go. Still amazing. To make sesame paste, we're gonna need sesame seeds, and we're gonna start out with white sesame. I'm gonna dry roast these in a pan and then remove half of them when they're just about to start to get toasty. But then I keep frying the other half until the seeds have a deep and rusty color. And now the idea is that I'm gonna use these lightly toasted sesame seeds to make a classic white tahini, and this, with these super dark and super roasty sesame seeds, I'm gonna make what's called red tahini. Red tahini is a Palestinian specialty from the Gaza region. And over there, they normally slow roast this stuff for like 8 hours, but I believe this is gonna do for today. Let's put those in a food processor and see if we can make tahini. Look, I think this worked surprisingly well, actually. I mean, it's not as smooth as commercial tahini, but hey, this is homemade and it looks awesome. And it smells really, really interesting. But you know what I am even more excited about? Black tahini. And the way you do this is you use 50% black seed. It looks almost identical to black sesame, but it's not. And some people call it black cumin, some people call it Nigella onion seed, and this is all a little bit misleading because it doesn't really taste like either of these things. The other half will be made up of black sesame, and that contains the necessary amount of oil, which the black seed itself lacks. Okay, so first of all, toasting black seeds is indeed quite challenging since they're, black. But what creeps me out the most is this completely bizarre look of this black tahini. It looks like machine oil or something, but it certainly doesn't smell like machine oil. It smells beautiful, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think it's time to taste tahinis. Okay, so this definitely looks like I'm tasting dessert, doesn't it? Let's begin with the classic white tahini, which is sort of my control. Nice and creamy, well, definitely a bit on the rougher side, but that's okay. Smells very fresh somehow. Let me try this. Ooh. No! Emulsifies in your mouth, as good tahini does. Really good. It's clearly identifiable as tahini. That's good news, I guess. But aside from being a good regular tahini, it has more flavor notes on top of that, if you understand what I mean. It's like tahini and then some. Okay, now let's try the red tahini. Almost no difference in texture, except this one does seem a little bit smoother. And it definitely felt that this heavily roasted tahini produced more oil while I was blending it. First time in my life tasting red tahini. Ah, okay. I see what this is. This is obscenely nutty. It's like you're eating the concentrate of toasted sunflower seeds or something. And that super nutty flavor is definitely a good thing, but it comes at a price, and that price is bitterness. So the red tahini, I'm not quite sure about that yet. I'll have to see how this tastes with a few spices and lemon. But now, the thing we've all been waiting for, black tahini. So this one, while I was blending it, this one definitely needed a lot more oil. Definitely one of the blackest natural foods I've seen so far. Tasting black tahini from black seed and black sesame seed for the first time in my life. Let's do this. Success! Oh, this is good. There is like so much herbal flavor going on. A little bit like mint or oregano. So this black tahini, I didn't make it up. It's a very, very rare type of tahini, but it exists in Palestine and the West Bank. There are only a handful of tahini mills that make this type of tahini. And over there, it's black gold. And I understand why. All of these three types of tahini worked out really well. I'm super happy about this. But the big question, of course, is what will they do to my hummus? Let's make hummus. I used a food processor to blend these softened chickpeas with a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of garlic, a pinch of salt, and a bit of ice water. Oh, and of course, one of our 3 different types of homemade tahini. And now I'm super pumped to finally try these 3 varieties of hummus. Pita, fresh from the local Lebanese bakery. I guess I have to establish a baseline first and begin with the classic hummus. I'm very happy with the texture, even though I did not peel the chickpeas. Right off the bat, I can tell you this is one of the best classic hummuses I have ever made. I did not. Rich, smooth, mild. I'm honestly shocked how big of a difference this made. I don't think I will make hummus with store-bought tahini anymore, if I can. This is huge, you guys gotta try this. Next type, roasty toasty red hummus with red tahini. The chickpeas, the lemon juice, everything mellowed out this very pungent bitter note that the roasty toasty red tahini has. I imagine that this hummus can go really, really well with something very light, like a salad or something, so it can really provide some contrast and add some, some oomph to the meal. Let's try some of this black hummus. First time in my life tasting black hummus made with black tahini. Let's see how this tastes. Whoa! It tastes so bizarre. I can't really explain why, but those really floral, herbal aromas from the black seed, they intensified. So intense. I need one more bite. I think adding something sweet like fruits or like pomegranate seeds to this hummus will be the bomb. This is a new world of hummus. It's really, really cool, but I need to learn how to use it well. Make sure to share your black and red hummuses on Instagram with me, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.